Okay, thank you very much, Mas Aziz, for very valuable and inspiring keynote speech for us today. And may I ask permission for you, Mas Aziz? I will ask for a time, a question, and we know that Indonesia is committed to achieving emission reduction in agreement, which is by 2030 a decrease of 29% with its own effort and 41% with the international assistance. And as you know also that Indonesia is also targeted a net zero emission in 2060 and in order to participate in this success of this target, what can we do, especially regarding to the contribution of hydrogen in the national energy mix? Would you please give your suggestion?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sembogo, for the comments and also questions. I think, yes, now we have carbon neutrality to achieve carbon neutrality in 2060. I think that's not only the announcement, but that's also commitment. In case that we are professionals and we have commitment, my suggestion, the first and also strong suggestion is that how far we can have progressive, adaptive, but still feasible roadmap for all of us. We need not only to provide the general roadmap, but also very strategic roadmap about this one. And we must be really, as I mentioned also previously, I think it is really good things for all in case that we can have quite countries, especially Japan. Also now, as I check, also Malaysia, Australia, also they have constructed their roadmap not only for the hydrogen but also for renewable energy or etc. to be very detailed. So we need to actually develop this kind of detailed roadmap for all of us, and not only developing that theoretically, but also the most important thing, the feasible and also measurable roadmap for all of us. And regarding the hydrogen, as I mentioned also previously, we are not only talking for the utilizations and also for the protections, but also how far we can facilitate for larger or massive adoptions in our society, not only for the domestic scale. Now, I think some companies, including like Japanese companies like Mitsubishi or etc., they are having strong interest for adopting the ammonia in Indonesia. But I think that's like Japan driven. So I think it's really better in case that we can build our own scenario and how to facilitate the hydrogen economy in 2040, 2060, in 2050, or I think beyond that. I think that's very important. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Hydrogen as a new energy is expected to be able to act as a fuel for power generation and transportation. And the current power generation will also applying co-firing, co-combustion technology with biomass. How about hydrogen? Mas Aziz, would you please to give me
basically for the co-firing, because sorry, it's okay. It's fine. Okay. So for the case of co-firings, yes, we have options for the biomass and also for the ammonia. But for the hydrogens, I think because the characteristics of the coal, combustion characteristic of the coal with the hydrogen is very, very different. I think it's very challenging to directly co-fire hydrogens and coal itself. So I think now why some companies, some countries are emphasizing for co-firing with biomass and ammonia, because what? Because both of them having quite similar combustion properties with the coal itself. So I think we need to wisely develop our scenario for years, whether we would like to move for the hydrogen, for the biomass, or also moving for the ammonia. In case that some areas, some of the power plants are located near to any kind of ammonia synthesis plant, something like that, maybe we can have ammonia co-firings. But in case that maybe we can have much more biomass resource, I think biomass also very promising for this one. But we must be really careful with this one. Is that related with the ammonia itself, because the price of the ammonia also now is very high, still high. So about 0.5 US dollar per kilogram ammonia. I think we need also be careful with that. In case that we just would like to focus on the economic performance, I think the ammonia co-firing is still economically challenging for us. But I think, yeah, biomass is quite fluctuating. Yeah, it really depends on the policy of the country. In case that we can have any kind of strong policies to emphasize the hydrogen, the biomass utilizations in domestic utilizations, things can use biomass first and then followed by the ammonia co-firing itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mas Aziz. From the floor or online, any questions? Please raise your hand. Okay, would you please state your name first and give the questions?
Yeah, yes. Okay. So video. Yes, sir. Okay. Good morning. I'm Amy from Petronas. I was wondering why you were highly recommending the reactor type of hydrogen production, since one of the byproduct is also producing CO2, carbon dioxide, versus the hydrolysis, electrolysis process. Is electrolysis not a scalable production for the hydrogen that can be a sustainable fuel source? Is that too small a scale for it to be a viable means of production? That's number one. Number two is I would like to also understand you mentioned about the certificate of origin. What would be some of the agencies or parties that are actually going to be authorized or have the qualifications to do this? And what would be their measures, the units of measure or things, criteria to be measured? Thank you. That's all.
Okay, please, Mas Aziz, would you please to give your suggestion and answer?
Okay, thank you very much for very nice questions. The first questions, as I mentioned previously, that we are now developing the chemical looping technology. Yeah, it is basically generating CO2, but it is not general generations of the CO2. What I mean with this one is that it's really different with gasifications or combustion technology or etc. So it really depends on the energy resource that we have. Okay, in case that we have any kind of surplus electricity or any kind of unutilized power or etc., maybe we can use any electrolysis for converting the water to hydrogens. That's fine. But unfortunately, in case that we have like biomass, like waste, like low-rank fuels, which is containing hydrogens and also carbons. Finally, in case that we just would like to convert this kind of resources to electricity first, finally we emit CO2 directly. So in case that we have this kind of resources, I think it's really better. Finally, we can separate CO2. So yeah, chemical looping is basically generating CO2, but it is spreading. So it is very different. So we are producing high purity of the CO2 itself. So what is the problems with existing combustion technology? Just would like to compare with is that the existence or the mixing between the nitrogens and also the CO2 in the exhaust gas. Finally, in case that we would like to capture the CO2, we need also to finally like to separate nitrogen and also CO2, which is very energy intensive, whether using any kind of membrane, also any kind of amine technology or and other things. Yeah, membrane is quite high energy efficiency, but the problem is that the cost is very competitive, is very high also. So I think we must divide what the energy resource that we have as we would like to convert it to hydrogens. In case that surplus electricity, yes, electrolysis will have the promising one. But in case that we have prime energy resources, including containing carbons and also hydrogens, finally, or any kind of hydrocarbons, finally, chemical looping technology, I think, is the most promising technology. And for the second questions, for the certificates of origins, yeah, we are still discussing about these ones, and also I think I need to further study about these ones. Some bodies are now working on that, but I think until now it is very hard to really define the or to issue any kind of certificate of origins, especially in Asian countries, I think. So how to distinguish the hydrogens that is delivered and it is based on the renewable energy or etc. Yeah, some countries, including Scandinavians and also Germany, they are working hard for that. But I think until now, it is very difficult to find any kind of definitive bodies that issuing this kind of certificates. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you very much, Mas Aziz, for the nice comment and also answer. And the last question for you, Mas Aziz: how to promote research and development in the field of hydrogen in Indonesia so that hydrogens can make a real contribution to the national energy scene?
Okay, thank you very much. That's very, very challenging question, actually. So I think I cannot answer completely this issue. I think because I think we are dealing with any kind of policies for the research and also development in Indonesia. But I think I suggest that we must follow the roadmap itself. So the roadmap must be defined at the beginnings, and for that, to support that, we need to develop this kind of renewable research and developments to support this kind of roadmap itself. So I think we can start from something that is quite ready. In case that we just start from something that's very, very academic or scientific, something like that, that's I think very challenging, because the characteristics of us is that to have economic performance as soon as possible, right? To be any kind of hydrogen economy as soon as possible. So I think that's also very challenging. So I think in case that we can adopt ready technology like co-firings, blendings, hydrogens, diesels, or etc., and or maybe replacing the currently running natural gas-based power generation, the ammonia. I think that's very, very, very nice. So after that, maybe we can move on some technologies, including fuel cells, electrolyzers, or carbon separation technology, or etc. things. But I think that's after 1 decade of that. Yeah, we can now also start for this kind of very promising technology or very advanced technology. But I think in terms how far we can define the TRL itself actually. But I think we need also to have any kind of scenarios for research and also development. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you very much, Mas Aziz, for nice keynote speech, and also thank you very much for your comment and your answer regarding to our questions. And the last one, may I thank again to Mas Aziz for the keynote speech, which is very useful for us, for Indonesia, and for our future. We pray for our happiness and our health. And I will return the time to Master of Ceremony. Please, Ms. Novi Saftika.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for giving a very inspiring and interesting keynote session. Thank you very much. And to the keynote speaker, Dr. Muhammad Aziz, we would like to extend our gratefulness for having you today. Thank you very much. We hope that we can keep in touch, Dr. Aziz, so that we can maybe in the future have some other conference or seminar. Thank you very much for always supporting us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Give applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Dr. Aziz. Also to our chairman for this session, Dr. Sumbogo Murthy. Thank you very much for guiding and sharing this session. Very interesting discussion and questions. Once again, please give applause to Dr. Simbogo. Ladies and gentlemen, our next agenda is the technical session. Allow us to explain first. So, the first to the presenter.
Okay, I would like to repeat. I'm very sorry. We just have some audio problem here. So allow me to repeat. I would like to explain the list of technical sessions. To the presenter with code A, you can join a special invited only. And please make sure you do not mistake. This special invited only is only for presenters with code A. We will have first session until lunch. And the list of breakout rooms is the first, sustainable transportation A. The second is new and renewable A. The third is new and renewable B. And the fourth is instrumentation technology. We will complete the first session up to lunch. And after lunch session, we will have plenary session with Professor Ok and Professor Osman. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please come back to the main room after the first technical session completed. And the technical session will resume at 14:25. And the next technical session room, we will have 3 rooms consist of sustainable transportation A, instrumentation system and technology, and the third is new and renewable energy. We will have a coffee break. And we will continue with 3 rooms. And after all the technical sessions completed, we would like to have you all to come back to the main room so that we can continue with the closing session. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very great memory for all of us. So please, I hope Dr. Aziz is still here, still following us.
Oh yes, maybe for some minutes or maybe some hours.
We would like to have a group photo. Do you mind if we have a group photo? Please give us a few minutes. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the next technical session, we would like to have a group photo. So we will have a screenshot here. Committee, are you ready to take pictures?
Okay.
So we would like to take pictures. We have more than 100 participants today. And of course, we will have so many pages, so please hang on. And we are not sure which page we will be in. So can you please wait? Are we ready? Taking screenshots? Okay. Okay. So first page. Please stay and give your best smile. Of course, Dr. Aziz also. Please give your best smile today. And we also expect all of you turn on the video and use the virtual background of this conference. Okay, maybe just a few more pages. Oh no, it takes a while, right? We have so many. All right. Okay. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the technical session and come back after lunch break to the main session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mas Aziz.